It started as a normal day. I had just finished a long week of work and was looking forward to a quiet weekend. Little did I know, my world was about to be turned upside down by none other than the HOA Karen, the very same woman who had caused trouble in our neighborhood for months. She had been the subject of several complaints, but no one could ever quite figure out how to deal with her. That was until the day she decided to meddle with something she had no business touching, my prescription medication. I had recently been prescribed a medication that I needed for a medical condition I've been managing for years. It was a simple prescription, nothing out of the ordinary, but it was vital to my health. I left the house for a quick errand, and when I returned, I was met with an unsettling silence. My front door, which I had locked securely, was slightly ajar. I immediately felt a pang of unease. Something wasn't right. When I stepped inside, I found that the medicine I had just picked up from the pharmacy was gone. My heart dropped. I checked the rest of the house. Nothing else was missing, just the prescription bottle. I was horrified to realize what had happened. It didn't take me long to figure out who was behind it. The nosy, overbearing HOA president's wife, Karen, had been lingering around my home the past few days, showing up at odd hours under the guise of checking on things. It had never felt right, but I hadn't thought much of it at the time. The pieces started falling into place. She must have taken my prescription when I wasn't looking, either out of malice or a misguided sense of entitlement. I called the police immediately. By the time they arrived, Karen had already made herself scarce, but the officers assured me they would investigate. It wasn't until they arrived at her house that the gravity of the situation hit. Stealing prescription medication is a felony. Karen had no idea just how serious this crime was. I watched as the police knocked on her door, their uniforms standing in stark contrast to the peaceful neighborhood setting. The confrontation that followed was swift. Karen tried to act innocent, but the evidence was clear. Not only had she stolen my medication, but she had also violated the law. The moment the cops showed up, her smug, self-righteous attitude crumbled. In the end, Karen was arrested, and the charges were brought against her. It was a sobering reminder of the lengths some people will go to, and the importance of standing up for what's right, even when it means taking on someone who thinks they're above the law. As for me, I learned a valuable lesson that day. Even in the most seemingly quiet neighborhoods, things can change in an instant.